And today I am sealing some poolside pavers with our naked timber and concrete sealer. And as you'd see, these types of pavers and tiles around poolsides are quite absorbent and porous, and when excess water from pools absorbs into those tiles, you end up getting staining and effervescence. So I'm spraying the naked sealer all over those tiles so it absorbs in, including the grout joints, and that's going to form a nice seal to create that lotus effect or that hydrophobic effect. And on the walls side by the pool, where you get oversplash, it's a classic area for where water and moisture builds up in the brick joints. So I'm going to spray this area today, right now, to get the naked sealer into those, into the brickwork and into the mortar joints, to give it a final seal against any overspray or water splash, to prevent efflorescence and staining algae moss build up inside the joints. Hi, we're back here where we were yesterday, sealing poolside with the pool surround pavers and the brick wall. And after a day of the naked sealer absorbing into the surface, we're now going to see how well it works, and you'll see how the water beads on these surfaces. Check this out. So we sealed this wall yesterday. You can see that there's no change in the appearance of where we've applied the product and where we haven't. So let's see how it works on a wall that's... You can see that's just splashing off, and down here where we haven't sealed, how it's absorbing into those brick joints. And so ultimately these areas here that have been sealed and the water's just repelling, that's never going to have any salt damp or dampness build up into it because of the way the naked sealers work. Whereas down here we can see how the brickwork is soaking the water up, that water sits in those joints. So whether we're getting rain and weather, it's going to absorb in here. But worse still is when you're poolside and you've got people and kids jumping in the water, or adults like me that like to get in there and be a clown. All the water comes out here and that water just sits in those joints, and that's when you get that white efflorescence sitting in there. So this is a great way to seal your brickwork or your feature walls that are poolside without changing the appearance. You're not going to affect the look of the wall, hence why it's a naked sealer. Instead of having this effect where water just sits in there, and that's how algae and moss start growing in there, because they just remain damp. Particularly if you've got walls where they don't get a lot of sun and it's always shade there, that's when algae and moss start growing. Whereas here, I can just keep throwing it in and nothing's happening. And over here we can see where it all soaks in. So not much more than we can show you than how effective the naked sealer is here. It's really doing its job. I'm just running my hand on that there, and that's just stayed dry, and down here it is wet and damp. So great product to use poolside as one of another features coming to the summer months now. This is a perfect way to ensure that before you start getting all that wet and damp effect happening around the home, or get onto naked, and protect your surfaces.